Hey, in this video I'm going to show you how to fly on a commercial airline with a drone. I've learned a lot about how to get on the plane and not get stuck at TSA. And also I checked a lot of the videos on YouTube and a lot of them are using outdated information. The rules have changed over the last year, and so I wanted to present that here in a video because I spent hours trying to research it. So if you're flying on a plane with normal camera batteries, you don't have any problems. You can carry actually unlimited of these as long as it's for personal use. But these are classified as large type consumer electronic batteries. And when we're talking about this large type battery like in a drone, there are special regulations. So here are the rules from the TSA website. If you're under 100 watt hours, you're okay. We'll talk about how you can carry 3 of them. If you're between 100 and 160 watt hours, at that point you technically can't get on the plane. Only with the approval of the airline can you actually do it. They will let you through TSA, but you have to have the airline's approval to get on. Now, the good news is that's fine for almost all drone batteries. I did a little research, and the Mavic Pro has 43 watt hours. The Phantom 3 battery has 68 watt hours. Unique Typhoon H has 79.9 watt hours. DJI Phantom 4 battery 81.3. DJI Inspire 2 battery is 97.58. So you're just barely under the 100 watt hours, but you are okay. However, the old DJI Inspire 1 battery is 129.96 watt hours, so you are over. So if you're flying with the DJI Inspire 1, then you actually have to have approval from the airline to even get on the flight, and that's checked or carry-on. But for the vast majority of drones, you're going to be just fine because we're in that range of under 100. Now, how many batteries can you carry? The rules say that you can only bring 2 spare batteries. So I can have 2 in my bag and I'm just fine. But you can also have 1 installed in the device. So that means we can have 3, 1 installed in the device and 2 in our bag, and that's the maximum that you can bring. Lithium-ion batteries, obviously from a drone or lithium polymer, they've actually classified them the same, lithium polymer and lithium-ion. They do need to be in your carry-on luggage. However, the way that it's written right now on the TSA website does make it seem like if you were to check it, you could leave 1 installed. It doesn't explicitly say that, but there isn't a rule that actually prevents it. But then again, I don't know why anybody would want to check a drone that's going to get destroyed by the baggage handlers. So those are our general rules. I'm checking my notes here. Those are our general rules. Oh, and one other thing, every battery must be protected against puncture and short circuit. So basically, if you put it in your bag and you have it between dividers, that's going to be fine. It just needs to be protected because if these things get hit hard, obviously they can catch fire. So it needs to be protected from puncture, getting hit by something, and short circuit, things touching the gold contacts here. So there are 2 more problems. Now that we know what the laws are for getting our batteries on, the next problem is, if you're like me and most photographers, the drone isn't the only thing we're bringing. We also want to bring a camera bag with our tripod, our DSLR, our mirrorless camera, whatever it is that you're using, all that gear. And so you need to bring the drone and this. You don't want either of them checked, but they don't all fit in one bag. And that's where I found an awesome tip. It is this beautiful box. This is the box that the DJI Phantom comes in, and it is almost exactly the perfect size for a personal item. It's technically about 1/2 inch tall, but it's also shorter than it can be to fit in, so the overall circumference you're under. So this is what I carry on, just like a little suitcase as my personal item, and this is my carry-on bag. And when I have that, I bring in the drone, I bring the camera gear, we fit under all the laws, and it works. Now this is a beautiful system. It's worked great as I've flown multiple times. However, There is one hitch to the whole thing, and that is the dreaded green tag. The green tag is the worst possible thing that could happen because you have your camera bag, you have your drone bag. Neither of them can be checked because you have expensive gear, but if you're flying in those smaller regional jets or the turboprop jets, you're gonna get green tagged because you have 2 items, and their larger items were pushing the limits. So 3 tips for avoiding the dreaded green tag. Tip number 1, don't just wait at the gate. I always try to sit at a neighboring gate to where I'm going to actually take off from, because when they know, they can see on the computer that it's a full flight, they'll come out half an hour, 45 minutes before the flight takes off, and they'll start passing out green tags to everybody that has larger bags. And so if you sit at a neighboring gate, they won't know that you're going to be getting on that flight. So stay away so you can still hear the announcements, but then walk over. Next, when you actually go up to the gate to check your boarding pass, you can set this on the ground and kind of scoot it along, or sometimes I set my bag down right by their podium, or just hold it in one hand as I'm walking along so that they don't see it until they've already checked your boarding pass, and then quickly walk down the terminal, and then they won't gate check you. So by doing those things, you're going to have a much better time with avoiding the green tag. Now, if they do ask you to green tag, you have to be careful what to say. It's nice if you have your Part 107 license so that you can show that, I'm licensed by the FAA, I understand the rules, this is just fragile equipment, and then you can also mention as batteries, but be careful with that so you don't scare them into thinking, I have crazy batteries, they're gonna catch fire. All right, last thing, if you do have to check, definitely not something I recommend, but I have had to do it once in the past. I've checked my drone. And when I did that, what I did is, instead of getting a Pelican case, which is good, I wanted to go even further than that. So what I did is I put my drone in my DJI Phantom backpack, and then I put that backpack in a larger checked bag, and then I put clothes all around it. And when I checked it that way, everything was fine. Not something I would recommend. It's terrifying to check anything, but if you absolutely have to do it, I thought that was pretty secure to have the 2 bags and clothes between them to really absorb any kind of impact from people throwing around your bags. So that's it. That's all I have to share with you about how to fly with your drone on an airplane. Hopefully this was helpful. Please subscribe to the Improved Photography YouTube channel. I got tons of videos coming out with drones and stuff, and on-location videos that we've done in the past. So hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.